The first part, we did it on the 2nd of December, where we discussed the news of touring this land and abroad. And we discussed one of the specialities of the foreign lands is that the scientists who are instrumental in inventing the physical facilities for world transformation are refining their inventions. And we had a good churning after that. And today we will continue with the second half of this Murli. So beginning with meeting groups. Do you constantly have benevolent and merciful feelings for all the souls of the world? Do you have benevolent feelings for only that which is limited? Or do you also have them for that which is unlimited? If you have benevolent feelings for the world, you would automatically have these feelings for yourself. The special duty, dharma, and karma of confluence-aged Brahmins is to bring about benefit for the world. It is not difficult to carry out the duty of your birth for which you are born. Every day at Amrit Vela, bring your awareness, your position of being a world benefactor. When you are set in your position, you will be saved from facing opposition. So very beautiful line. When you are set in your position, you will be saved from facing opposition. Do you constantly observe every act of yours and of others while seated on the seat of a detached observer? It is very enjoyable to observe certain scenes of the drama while seated on your seat. No scene is observed without being seated on your seat. So do you constantly remain seated on the seat of a detached observer? This unlimited drama continues all the time. It's not just 2 to 3 hours in duration. It is eternal. Therefore, to see it all the time, you need to have your seat all the time. I'm repeating this line. To see it all the time, you need to have your seat all the time. Let it not be that you are seated on your seat for 2 hours and then vacate your seat. Those who constantly observe every scene as detached observers will not fluctuate on seeing the scenes of victory or defeat. They will be constantly stable. If you remember the drama, you will remain stable. If you forget the drama, you will fluctuate. If you only remember the drama sometimes, you will only rule the kingdom sometimes. If it is only sometimes that you remain a detached observer, you will only sometimes be a companion in heaven. You are knowledgeful, are you not? You know everything. However, although you know everything, the reason you're not stable in the stage of a detached observer is that you're careless about paying attention. Instead of having thoughts of the original self, you put those thoughts aside and become involved in wasteful matters. Those who do not maintain thoughts of the original self cannot remain detached observers. What is the basis of finishing thoughts of others? If you constantly have good wishes for every soul, you will never think about others. By constantly having pure and positive thoughts for the self and others, you will constantly be a detached observer. To be a detached observer means to be a companion at this time and also in the future. What speciality have the special souls shown? What would the last speciality of special souls be? The scene which Bapdada sees in advance? What would that speciality be? Scientists are refining everything and their speed is accelerating. Just as it is said, a motor a minute, so too the last speciality of the special souls is to give any soul the experience of liberation and liberation in life in a second. They would not just show the path, but would give them the experience of peace and supersensuous joy in a second. The experience of liberation in life is happiness, and the experience of liberation is peace. Let anyone who comes in front of you immediately experience this. When you develop such a speed, then while seeing silence conquering signs, the word or the sound of wonderful will emerge through everyone's lips how you're victorious even over science. Silence should be able to achieve what science has not been able to achieve. The aim of science is to let everyone lead a life of peace and happiness. So when you succeed in doing that, which science has been unable to achieve, it will be said that you have conquered science. When those who want peace receive peace, and those who want happiness receive happiness, everyone will praise you. They will consider you to be their ancestors, their special deities, and will praise the Father again and again. On the basis of this, the sanskars of the devotees and the founders of the religions will emerge in the Copper Age. This special task is now about to take place. So consider the moments of the last victory to have come. Everyone will receive something or other. It will not just be the people of Bharat who will consider this Baba to be theirs, but everyone will consider him to belong to them. This is why he has been called the great-great-grandfather. People of other lands think that you're giving the introduction of the father of Bharat. But since it is said that God is one, everyone should at least experience the one. When everyone experiences the one, you can then understand that you have won. Let the one sound emerge from everyone's lips. Ah, Baba. Then in the Copper Age, everyone will call out, O God, the Father. Acha. So this ends the second half of the Murli. May I request all of you to please reflect on this beautifully written Murli, and then we will start the churning after 2 minutes. Om Shanti. Anyone would like to start sharing now?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Bijit Bhai. Please start.
Yeah, it's very nice. So, Baba says the silence conquering signs. That sound will emerge wonderful, and everybody will say wonderful, right? Will emerge through everyone's lips. So I guess that's where the victory comes, right? And sciences, Baba also said, no, the scientists are refining everything uh, to a small nano stage, right? Accelerating every speed. Everything is getting refined. In a minute, a motor will be ready. Like that. That's the speed is going on. And also said, no, Baba, this science is also trying to keep everybody peace and provide happiness. Similarly, the science, but science is going to fail where silence is going to win, providing that peace and happiness. So peace is liberation. Everybody will get liberation. Will be going back to Paramdam. So that is peace, and then liberation in life, right? Happiness. So those who are the children of Baba, right? So they'll be going back to experiencing that happiness, that means the liberation in life, in heaven. So very wonderful line that which Baba said in this. Yeah, thank you. Om Shanti.
Yes, Om Shanti, and thank you, brother. Yeah, Baba very beautifully says that while the scientists will help us, and the aim of science would lead everybody to a life of peace and happiness. So we would really get the benefits of science. But after we have got all those benefits, we will still want more. We would want that final peace and happiness. And beyond whatever science is giving us, it will finally be the silence which will give us that beautiful happiness and peace which we are all looking for. So, and I think in the last discussion in the Murlis, we were doing the same thing, that the scientists have given us a beautiful path, a beautiful journey, and they get us to a point where we start having the peace and happiness of whatever we think is peace and happiness. And then there comes a point that we want more, the real peace and happiness. And that's when silence takes over. So thank you for that sharing. Anybody else would like to add something? This is quite a nice Murli with a lot of good points. Do you want me to screen share it again if you want to just recap? Or just...
Yeah, there is one more point at which that's to me is the towards the end, Baba says, you know, this is why Baba has been called great grandfather, right? People of the land, right? All the religion, everybody will start calling out Mera Baba, my Baba, right? God is one. So initially, people might think, right, it's the father of Bharat, but later when they experience, right, that's when they realize, right? So that's when they realize that it is of our Baba, right? Experience one, understand, and this is what the God they have been looking for. And I've also understood that, you know, there's going to be some people and everyone, those who have part in the corporate, right, will also come to take this knowledge, at least a drop, right? That's what Baba says towards the end, isn't it? Let the one sound emerge from everyone's lip, our Baba. Then incorporates everyone will call out, oh God, the Father, right? The religious founders and everybody's Baba is talking about here, if I'm not wrong.
Om Shanti, sister. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. Please go ahead.
No, I just wanted to know whether you can hear me. That's why. Yeah, I remember the Murli sister. As I told you, it was a very different Murli of the kind, not the usual moral science Murli or something Baba trying to pull me up and all. But here, like a different person other than his children. Baba, the way he gave importance to them. And then we also saw one thing where we also had a thing why Baba only mentions about foreign lands. Why not the Bharat? I think we also had that discussion and we couldn't finish that discussion even much. Why Baba only speaks about that sound and all when I know it is a yeast which means I think that also we were discussing at some length. And why Baba mentioned that is he's saying it is you, Bharat, you have to bring those instrument people over here. I remember discussion, and that time you had mentioned about which I actually tried to go through in the weekend. That is science and spirituality. I think it's such a lovely thing to know about science and spirituality. And today, Baba, that one thing which he has spoken about it in the almost the last paragraph is that silence. That the word silence itself has got a profound meaning. See, even scientists, when they want to refine something, they go into deep introspection. Deep this they are in silence. I can never forget when I was young how I learned about Archimedes' principle when in a bathtub, how he shouted, Eureka, Eureka. Now, I don't know whether that was silence, but that was a silence of the mind. So when scientists who are just instrument and souls, who are one of Baba's hands of helpers, could have that thing in to go to deep corridors of silence, and then it's only I don't know whether it's invention or discovery, and but then unearth it and place it before the word, like as I told you, Oppenheimer even had done. That's a thing which we have to know. So why is Baba giving us the thing to know that every act of establishment and destruction is not just like that. It has to go through silence. So you spoke about science and spirituality, but I liked the last paragraph about science and silence. I think we should really churn on that, this power of silence, which we think it is chuprena, no, something. I think if we could throw some light on the science and spirituality, science and silence, then we will really salute even these people and reveal to the world. That's what I think I would love to really go still deeper in. Science and spirituality, science and silence. Om Shanti.
Yeah, Om Shanti, and thank you, sister. Yes, that's a very good thought. And what you said is very important for the scientists of today, as well as for any activity which needs a lot of research or innovation or discovery of any nature. Even we as human beings, we say, no, just leave me alone for some time. I need to think about this. And actually, what we are doing is connecting to the inner power of Baba in silence without even our realizing. The scientists may not be using or calling the name Baba, but they know that's something, that energy beyond what cannot be explained, that divine power that cannot be thought about. And if that famous mathematician also, who in his dreams would get the goddess Saraswati, he would say, tells all the mantras to him when he sleeps. That is silence, when he's not aware of what's going on. In the morning, he would come and reproduce the whole calculus on the board. There are ample such examples. So it's a beautiful point you brought out, that where silence wins over science is actually Baba telling us that anything that we are also putting our heart and soul into passionately and trying to refine it further and further, the silence helps us to go beyond, helps us to get the real resolution. And when the divinity power of Baba comes in along, you get the answer. So I think that's the connection. And anybody else would like to share their thoughts? Because
I have a question for you. Why I raised that? Then why does Baba say in the last paragraph, I have to conquer science? So much he has really put them up on the pedestal. He says they are the ones who do. And without them, destruction, I know Baba cannot get it done. And that one sentence, he's saying that if you succeed in really going to achieve what the scientists have done through silence, if you can do, you can conquer science. Now, why did Baba just bring them down and say, now, hello, it's enough. My children are above you. You have done your job. Go home. And why he wants us to conquer science? Why was that thing mentioned in the last paragraph?
Okay, I'll give my perspective and then others can share along. I don't think that is the perspective that I picked up while reading the Murli. For me, this is an English translation. We have to go with the vibration of what Baba meant. And if we actually just silently reflect on the original words that he may have used, he's not putting science down. He is adding the element of silence for the progress of science. That's the way I would look at it. Because the refinements of science that he praised in the beginning of the Murli, and the kind of passion and devotion with which they have discovered the unknown, he's not putting it down. But what he's saying is that the silence can augment it, can enhance it, can beautify it further through the silence. That is the way I interpret it, but I don't know if others have a different view. Let's churn about it. Yes, brother, go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is what I understood. Science and silence, right? So science is getting refined every day, right? And Baba said the speed is getting accelerated for the science. If you look at it, earlier at some point, if science has to make something, it used to take so many days. Like if they have to make a motor, right? It used to take days together or weeks together. Whereas now, the technology has improved so much where they can build a motor in a minute, right? So similarly, the Baba's children, we have to make ourselves so strong or powerful that we should be able to give others experience, right? The peace and happiness, because science is also trying to do the same, right? So they are trying to give the experience of peace and happiness for the world outside. But Baba says they've been trying, but they are unable to do that. Right, but when Baba's children, with the power of silence, right, when they become powerful enough, right, so they will be able to give that experience, and everybody will experience the peace and happiness, which means liberation and liberation in life in a second. So everybody will say, wonderful, wonderful. Science couldn't do, but silence could do. I think that's what I understood also.
Also, brother, I think that last para where everyone merges and realizes there's only one God and experience the oneness, that power will come through the silence. How much ever science may have brought people together, science has helped to connect. Today, the science is because we are able to talk on technology like what we are doing today, and science is bringing people together, that everybody can hear the Murli, everybody is doing prayers. So we are all converging. So science is beautifully bringing us together. And then the silence, yeah.
Yeah, if you look at it, everybody in the world, right, they all looking for peace and happiness, right? Irrespective of whichever religion that they practice, everybody wants peace and happiness, right? They all practice their religious stuff because they want to experience peace and happiness. And when they realize this, right, and that's when they also realize the God, this God is only one, right? Experience that oneness, which comes through this silence.
Absolutely. And therefore, when we also read about the BK's Raj Yogi and the traditional Karma Yogi, and all these people were supposed to actually lead the regular lives, like what scientists are doing in refining, like do your work properly, is the way I correlate. And yet, in silence, reach Baba, And
Yeah, in the above sentence, Papa already mentioned that the last speciality of the special soul is to give any soul the experience of liberation and liberation in life. In a second, okay. In a second, Baba says, give this experience, peace and super sense of joy in a second. This experience now in life, they will really enjoy that happiness and experience of liberation and peace. So,
Sister, what I think you didn't get the point what actually I was trying to share. It's not that I'm saying Baba put down signs. The main thing is he just says it's a victory of yours, silence over signs. And I think if really you go through Oppenheimer's, that father of atomic bomb, how he went through the thing, it was through silence. When I agree, he gave it. And why did he create the atomic bomb? What was the reference which he gives to the Gita was beautiful. That's just that one point I wanted to say over here. Not that Baba saying hello science go home, not that. That was just a very casual way for me to do. But that last paragraph which you mentioned, if you see in yesterday's Sunday Murli, this was the only one thing in the whole Sunday Murli. My Baba, my Baba. Not this one's Baba, my Baba, my Baba. Nothing else was there in the Murli of that final revelation. But it's not that, oh, the Brahma Kumaris have been revealed. No, I don't want all that Baba saying. So I think that was the thing what Baba wants. Victory of silence through science, so that the real father, the real invention or discovery could be revealed to the world. That one Baba, especially yesterday's Murli, Sunday Murli, I think I should count how many times he has mentioned that my Baba, not just Baba. It was just in that context I said, not the thing of saying. I always love to take Baba's Murli in a deeper sense so that I don't get any other thought, so that I can properly even imbibe it. And if people ask me, I'm able to share it that way. That was the only objective, Sister Om Shanti.
Yes, sister. Yes, we, and in fact, when you asked the question also, I think we took it in the same spirit. It was not putting down science, because in fact, the first half of the Murli is constantly praising the scientists. So it is just saying that where science will fail, silence will help. Let's put it that way, in a simple way. And our own intuitive connection to the divine you receive in silence. And that's when the peace and happiness really happens. And that's probably whatever materialistic science may have given us the tools, they may not be able to give us the full peace and happiness that we are yearning for, which comes in silence. So I think that's the context. And Sister Radhamani has written in the chat box, when you're set in your position, you will be saved from facing opposition, yes, and always set in the seat of detached observer. No scene is observed without being seated on your seat. The drama is eternal. Detached observer never fluctuates about their victory or defeat. Yes, very nice. And in the beginning
Yeah,
half of the
Sister,
movie, we said this. Yes, go ahead, sister.
that was a what you said now even is a lovely thing, that paragraph. I was just thinking, what is this? See, everywhere this word detached observer, the context of the Murli, Baba throws something different. Over here, what I like is Baba saying, see, you've got all knowledge, you know everything, but why that whatever you have, everything doesn't stay in your mind, because you have no A for attention. You're very careless. You go and think on waste matters. So if suppose we could just churn on it, that's such a nice paragraph, a different perspective for detached observer, which he is giving that. So, Baba has given us so many ideas in that paragraph. He speaks about unlimited drama, and then he says, sit on the time, watch. And when he's talking about the science and all, I was really interested to go through that paragraph, detached observer. He says detached observer, then he's saying also be a companion. So that paragraph, I think if we could really do, that's a wonderful paragraph, that detached observer in this context.
Yes, very interesting, and it is a very good perspective of the detached observer. Would somebody like to share their view on this? What Sister Rakhi, not Sister Rakhi, sorry, Sister Girja has brought up just now, so that we can continue with the churning.
Yeah, I think I'll share my reflection on this. So I think, see, when we have to be detached as observer, why? Because here detachment, I think what Baba means is from the materialistic world and your body and everything. And we can see in other Murlis, Baba also mentioned we can attach to Baba. Right, so Baba is see, attachment Baba, except when we can attach to Baba. So Baba is incorporeal, which means we have to come out of this awareness of the body and have this, even forgetting the body and live with that complete awareness that I am incorporeal in that awareness always. And that's when that happens only when we completely forget this whole materialistic world, which requires the unlimited disinterest to this world and worldly stuff, relations, and all that. So that's when we will be able to, experience that detachment. And when we detach it, right, that's when we will have that wider vision to see everything. And when we have that wider vision, right, then our perspective and our everything, right? So when everything changes, that's when Baba will also able to give us all the touchings and everything, because through that we'll be able to make our decisions and everything properly. So we'll be in safe position, basically. That's what I understood.
Yes,
No
yes, thank you, brother.
nothing, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, brother. And Baba, in fact, in the para, he says also that by constantly having pure and positive thoughts for the self and others, you will constantly be a detached observer. So he's also told you the method, like in a very simple way. So when you think about yourself in a very positive way, and you think about others in the same pure and positive way, it's easy to be detached, because whatever anybody may be saying or doing, you still only think about pure love for them, still very positive about them. So you're very stable in your seat.
There is an important word that which Baba. I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead. The drama word, okay. So that's actually give us, even if you are shaky or fluctuated, right? This word, drama, is a very powerful word, right? We all know that when we use that word, so that can put an end to everything, all the problems, all the situation, or everything that surrounded, right? So that will really help us to remain stable in a chaotic situation. So that word drama is very important. So that can also see, we can really feel that or experience that word only when we are seated in that observer seat, I guess. Also.
Yes. Yes.
Again,
very
if you,
true.
sister, again, if you see, see the equation there. I have always heard of companion of God. But see, there is a something thing, Baba suffix, which is giving companion in heaven. So I was just thinking, what is this companion in heaven? So then at the end of the paragraph, I got the answer where Baba is saying, if you're a companion now, you can be a companion in heaven. So I was trying to relate to both these companions. Companion now, is it companion of God? And companion in heaven is what? Because there's no God there. So for whom am I a companion there? So a new term I just saw in that paragraph, companion in heaven. I've often seen just companion of God.
So what is heaven? It depends on how you define heaven. Would anybody like to express what do they think is heaven?
Future.
Okay, that's one perspective, I guess. In the previous beginning part of the Murli, I think somewhere Baba had also explained. I'm just trying to go back to that line. He had explained in a line about heaven itself. When we bring this peace and happiness on the earth, actually, the earth is like heaven. When he was saying that the scientists are refining everything to make the earth like heaven, wherever there's peace and happiness, there's heaven. So actually, that's one perspective. And if we imagine it to be becoming a more beautiful heaven in the future, yes, of course, but you can have that heaven even today in some different ways, may not be at the same level, through all the meditation that we are doing, the silence that we are trying to achieve, because you're getting that same heavenly feeling, that heavenly vibration, even now. So for me, personally, it's the present that makes the future. So the present heavenly feelings have to be encouraged. And that happens through all the silence, through all the scientists doing the refinement, through our meditations. But anybody else wants to share how they think about this?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question properly yet.
Okay, so like
The last sentence of that paragraph, Bijitabai, to be a detached observer means to be a companion at this time and also in the future. And somewhere in between that paragraph, that future, he calls it as companion in heaven. So we just were trying to relate both this. What do you mean by companion in heaven? That's
it. Okay. The peace and happiness is, I think it's liberation and liberation in life. That's one. Peace means everybody will go to Padandam when the time, right, when the time comes. And happiness means those who have to come down to experience heaven, right? They will come down. So that's the stage of happiness. And the companion in heaven, I think then it would be Brahma Baba who might be saying that. So when we go with Baba, right, and when we come back, we will be coming back with Brahma Baba to rule the kingdom along with him, right? Because we know that Shiv Baba is not going to come back with us in heaven to rule. He'll get retired and he will be taking rest for 2,500 years. So great grandfather is also Brahma Baba, right? It's not Shiv Baba.
Oh, I like it. I like that perspective, brother. So it's like becoming a companion of Krishna. I think
Yeah.
That's something new, which see the way Baba puts in words. That's nice. I like that perspective.
Because here Baba is also talking about other ancestors, because all other religious founders, everybody will come towards the end, right? So if you look at it, the first leaf is Brahma Baba, and the human starts, right? The people or the human, the population starts from Brahma Baba. In that way, if you look at it, even the other religious founders also, great grandfather for them is also Brahma Baba. And yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, brother. Anyone else would like to share? There are many on the group. Of course, Sister Radhamani has shared in the chat, and she's adding that science gives peace and happiness, silence gives peace and super sensuous joy. Yeah, that's a nice way of showing the enhancement. And companion of Lakshmi Narayan, only short time. What could you explain that, Sister Radhamani? Companion of Lakshmi Narayan, only short time? Is this, since you have typed this, what do you mean by this? Only short time.
Sister, I mean that during this confluent stage, if we maintain that detached observer in a short time, we enjoyed as a detached observer and not constantly means we also enjoy the same what we gain in this confluence age in the same we may come to the Lakshmi Narayan what we say Lakshmi connection with the Lakshmi Narayan family, but we enjoy the companion with like Lakshmi Narayan in short period. That is, we came to at least we come to the Lakshmi Narayan connection in short period. That's only I want to say.
Okay. Thank you, sister. Any other point anyone would like to share? Another point which Baba said regarding detached observers, that those who do not maintain thoughts of the original self cannot remain detached observers. It's a reminder. You keep going back to your original, glorious, beautiful, divine self, the beautiful, shining soul. Then you can be a detached observer easily. But if you think about yourself the way you are now and others the way they are, then it is more challenging because you keep getting those waste thoughts in the middle. So he's given another nice way of staying detached by going back to your original self and remembering that.
Yeah, to add to it, that sentence which, if you know Parchintan, if you have Shubh Bhavna, so there'll be no Parchintan. That line also, if you constantly have good wishes for every soul,
Yes.
you will never become busy in thinking of others. I think that's a lovely point. If we just, otherwise, we are obsessed to think about others, obsessed.
Yes. And actually, if we practice that I'm going to be happy and pure and remembering my original self throughout the day, and have the similar wishes in the same vibrational, level for others, you automatically go into that very beautiful state of detachment, and you can carry on doing your daily activities, but in that beautiful stage of totally staying away from any wasteful energy. So he's given all the tools as well on how to get there. Baba, thank you for that.
Thank you to you, sister. It was such a wonderful churning. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying as if nectar. I feel like, I don't know how to tell you. It's thank you very much for the lovely churning, motivated. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Pooja. And you yourself are the biggest catalyst, I think, for all the churning, Vijit Bhai and many others. Because actually, unless we speak and discuss, I think this whole group, the churning is really enhancing all of us. I'm sure. Me, definitely. And I'm sure it's the same for the others. I really learn in every Murli discussion.
Right, yeah, same here. I'm really enjoying it.
Yes.
So
Vijit
that too.
Thank you, sister.
Yes.
Shall I share one thing about Baba, how he is giving importance to science?
Yes, please. Go ahead, sister.
I will share one incident. On Bab Dada meet, one Bab Dada meet, Baba met a doctors group. In that meet, Baba was speaking to doctors. Baba said in future so many diseases will arise. The sorrow of the soul will increase due to severeness of the disease. So like cancer. So they will suffer severe pain also. In order to overcome pain, you doctors invent such a medicine to reduce the pain of the people in future. It is true. It is what we are now. It is my position. I am telling. My husband is suffering from stomach cancer and career is already removed by surgery. He is in the 4th stage. More than 15 chemos already gave. How he is survived means daily he is taking heavy dose of cancer medicine. It is true. Baba said this medicine is equal to chemo, and also he's he daily he is suffering from severe pain. For that he is using Ultraset painkiller, pain reliever medicine. Without that medicine, imagine what is the situation of the cancer patient. So what Baba said to the doctor, uh, for the doctor's responses, Hanji. So they, I think this Murli happened in 78 or something. So the science how changed. Nowadays, I daily I'm seeing my husband only as a detached observer. I'm serving him with patient. So so many pain he's gaining daily. So for this, I want to telling one thing. Baba giving importance to science also. So Baba said it's nowadays true come to science. In advance, scientific inventions may happen in the field of medicine. So all health related problems of the cancer patient now rescued almost. Thank you, Sister Ramshan.
Thank you, sister, for that very personal sharing. And I hope your husband recovers very soon. And you're
It
absolutely
was so. It
yeah.
was so lovely, so touching to hear that, sister. See, we have examples over here, so lovely and so touching because I know even her personally how she goes through all this. It was really lovely to listen to. There are many examples in the world, but the way she shared it was nice. Sister, I have a request. When you finish, we want you to take us on this wonderful meditation journey about science. Please, we need that at the end, because I know you are a person who can, a good meditator, a person who can take us on a nice journey.
Sure, I will do that. And I just wanted to also share my own one personal thing that my own father, also a physical father, I lost him through cancer. And I remember the last 1 or 2 months, because he was very spiritually inclined and a great believer in the Almighty. And he made a very beautiful statement to me once when I was in the hospital with him. He said, when a child is born, हम लोग कड़ा प्रसाद बनाते हैं, we celebrate. And when a person dies, we also celebrate because there's Kara Prasad, I'm joining the Almighty. That was the spirit with which he was facing the cancer. And he was constantly in this silence meditation. And he had actually reconciled, and he could experience the pain with such a positive energy, saying, oh, this is some of my past karmic thing. It's fine. I'm really happy. And when I would ask him, how are you feeling? He would say, how are you feeling? I'm feeling absolutely fine. And I'll never forget those words because I saw such positive energy from a sick person and such vibration. And I think somewhere this silence which Baba is talking and the medicines and everything, they're all important and they're all helping us to get there. And Baba has never said not to use science or not to use science to help us and not to use medicines, because even those doctors are doing their karmic function. This whole world is based on interrelated dependency in some ways, in the practical way. And as long as we see that vibration and we see above, I think that's what it is. And I still talk to my father, who expired so many years ago. And he's one of my teachers, in fact, who's guiding me, showing me, giving me messages. So one of them, but I just thought I'll share that since he spoke about cancer. And I owe a lot of my spiritual journey to his guidance as well. So that's the way it is.
Now I can understand how a blessed soul you are, sister. You're a really blessed soul. God bless you.
Thank you. All of us are, each one. In fact, every time I hear from each one of you, I just feel more inspired. So that's really wonderful. So do we have any other point? Any other? And in fact, I also wanted to share that whenever I have a doubt on a Murli, on something which somebody has told, and I'm not certain that this is what it meant, I use the same silence. I just observe Baba's energy. I say, I have a doubt, and it's up to you how you clarify it. And I always get the right answer, because sometimes I feel when we read the English, we have to see the vibration behind that wording, not just the literal meaning. Sometimes the literal meaning, at least for me at times, can be a little confusing. So when you go a little beyond the literal and go into the vibration of Baba, and you will know that this is what he actually meant. So I think that's just a technique which I've adopted now. Whenever I have a doubt, I just write it. And then when I meditate, I clarify. Anybody else would like to share anything? There's a good discussion going on before we begin the meditation. Keeping in mind the time, it's already 5:54.
Om Shanti, sister. I think this point we didn't churning. The last speciality of the special soul is to give any soul the experience of liberation and in liberation life in a second. They would not just show the path, but would give them the experience of peace and super sensuous joy in a second. This is my takeaway point, Om Shanti.
Okay. Yes, that's a very valuable point. The last sentence, right, of the Murli?
Sister, the speciality of the special soul.
Yes.
Last speciality of the special soul.
Yes, yes. So thank you for sharing. And Sister Rakhi and Ami sister, can we do the meditation now? I think the time is 5 to 6. Okay. I didn't hear, so I'm presuming it's okay to...
Yes,
Yes. Okay. Okay, let's just relax completely. Be like that detached observer. think of yourself in your most original self, the most pure, the most vibrant, the most divine soul, 100% pure, glowing with love and peace. See yourself completely in that shape, in that form, completely detached. And you can see the earth below you. You're in the space, in this bright original self. And you can see the earth below you, looking so beautiful from a distance. And you're observing the drama from the top. So many people doing different things. So many scientists trying to find solutions. So many people working hard. Some people doing different activities. And you observe everything from the top, looking at the earth far below. And while your own physical self is still on the earth, you can also observe your own self. Waking up in the morning, brushing the teeth, having a bath. You can experience the detachment by looking at your own self. And you can easily reflect on what is the status of your mind. What is the status of your bodily actions? And as a detached observer, you have only pure thoughts for yourself and positive vibrations, even if you have done some few things here and there which were not the most perfect. In the detached observer stage, you're able to see that, and you're able to reflect so easily on what you need to do. And you bless your own self with such a deep love, deep purity. And you send that same blessing to everyone on the planet. You see those scientists getting ready to launch the rockets to the moon. You see the technology of satellites improvising the communication throughout the globe. The satellites in the sky beaming. You bless them. You bless the scientists. Baba's energy is flowing through you. You yourself being such a powerful divine soul, that you have this wonderful energy to use all the scientific methodologies in a very positive, vibrant way, to bring heaven on earth, to make the same feeling of peace, of love, the beautiful vibration, the liberating feeling. And when you're in the silence, and all the scientists have refined their tools, there's so much of healing happening all over the earth. Your powerful meditative stage of silence, Baba's light on you, and Baba's light on everyone, helping the transformation, where the silence enhances the joy of science. The silence actually gives them the true peace, the eternal peace, the eternal happiness, helping them to overcome all their different situations. And as a detached observer, I'm on my seat, and I will not leave this seat, because Baba has told me not to leave this seat. I will be here, guarding my seat, ensuring that I do not fall from the seat. I remain detached. I remain contemplating my original self, to keep me on that seat. And I constantly give pure and positive vibrations to my own self and to everyone around. Continue to be in this stage for at least 30 seconds in silence. May you forever be blessed to remain on that seat constantly as a detached observer. Om Shanti. Have a great day ahead.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Harper Sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a lovely day.